Yo, hey, Masharia.
What?
Masharia, what did you eat in the morning?
What did I eat? Do you want to know? Trust me, you don't want to know.
I want to know.
I ate ugali in school.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why
What?
podcast tunasukuma sana. Let's do this now. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're watching us from. This is Homa Bay Unplugged. And you know how we do every other day, every other time. We always have special guests whose life has taken a turnaround in Homa Bay County. They're doing remarkable things and they are here to change lives. And one of the guests we have today is none other than drum roll.
Tafidha wa boy wa Masharia.
Yo, I wish she could have been here. Masharia. Yes, I think I've blended the flow now. Masharia. Much earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where we got the name, right?
Yes, I think so. Maybe you came much earlier.
Masharia, yeah. But you know Masharia in Kikuyu translates to Sharia, kutafuta. Sharia, yoga sharia.
Musharia.
Go look for, yeah.
Also to go look for things, you always need to be there earlier. The earliest birds, they catch the worm. Yeah, Masharia. I get, yes. I think we now do like a stand-up podcast now because you have a comedian here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Miss Masharia.
Exactly, that's me.
Yes, take us back. How was it growing up?
Growing up was beautiful. I had a very beautiful childhood. My mom was there. My dad was there too. So my dad, not each and every single day, but I remember moments whereby I will sit with my dad and he will narrate stories to me.
Yeah.
You remember August stories, fables, quite a number of them. One is Muturi. Can't mention all of them, but my dad is a very beautiful storyteller. Juzi nilikuwa naenda, I was like, Baba, could you narrate that story to me? And it's like, I can't remember. But I think I'm the one who's going to be narrating the stories to him.
Back to him, but at least he told you a lot of stories.
Yeah, so because of that, I think from there I developed a love for literature. Yes, and remember that was the time Afro cinema was Afro cinema, so I was a lover of TV. I am still right now, though it's reduced, but by then we didn't have phones. What we had was TV, so we had a TV, so I would watch Afro cinema. So I remember there's this movie I watched. Can't remember the content, but I remember I went outside and I started crying like the lady who I saw, and from there now looking back right now that I am an adult, there is why I developed a passion for acting. So yeah.
So taking us back, do you remember one of those films that really moved you, those Afro cinema films?
Yeah, there was one was called Tears in the Forest.
Yeah.
So these people, they boarded a bus. I think they were family or friends, and then they get to this forest, and then could be this forest is a trap. Nobody gets there. So I remember there's this one guy. He just got out. He was tired. So why don't I just go and lean on a tree? And then the tree choked him.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So it was dreadful. By then, I remember I cried. And then there was these elder guys who acted quite a number of movies. And he was like the savior, the Jesus of them. I didn't get a chance to finish it because they said to be continued. And I think I went to school or something. So yeah, that was one of the top movies that I remember, Afro cinema that I remember.
So if your childhood was a movie, which movie could it be?
It's my childhood. So should I just a name of a movie that I have watched?
That you loved growing up?
One of the movies that I loved. Do I even remember the name? But I loved Taken.
Why Taken?
I just loved how the dad. I can't remember the name of the girl, but the way the dad was always there for the daughter, no matter how how wrong she was, the dad always showed up. He always showed up.
Was always a present dad.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what you take a lot from like your dad.
Yes, that's what I take a lot from him. Yeah, he's a very good man.
Okay.
Yes.
And from your mom's side?
Oh yeah, my mom is a very, what I want to say is that this beauty that you see, I know I'm beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
So my mom is very pretty lady. So beside from her being beautiful from the outside, she's also beautiful in the inside. She's a woman who is resilient. She is hardworking. She is Now, to take you back, I had a beautiful childhood, but in my teens, things got a bit tough because my parents separated. So from there, mom had to do a lot of work in order to keep my younger brother and I back in school. So I remember my mom used to work hard. So like right now when I am sleeping and maybe my alarm rings, and I do not want to wake up, I normally hear my mother's voice in head, and it's like, "Wow, boy, do kire ne kirakoma," translates to you have to wake up. Why are you sleeping at this time of the hour? So her voice always ring in my head when I am trying to procrastinate or I am derailing to do some things. So yes,
Okay. Yes. So if you could go back and give yourself advice to your younger self, what would you tell yourself?
I would just tell her to chill. Everything is going to be okay. You don't have to figure everything out. Just chill. You're going to be okay, and know that God got you in everything. That is what I would tell her.
Really profound. And are there circumstances and scenarios that you've had to learn the hard way growing up?
Yeah, I have. I remember, so my parents separated, right? So by then we're not staying at our dad's home. So one way or another we had to shift, go and stay with relatives and all those kind of things. So I remember there's this relative of mine that I used to stay with, and I remember my mom had come, but because of how things were, she was unable to bring something to the house. So that night, because I felt hungry and I had formed a habit of maybe waking up at 1, because that is something that I had learned from the daughter of that person that I was staying with. We will go and make something to eat. So this particular moment, she just wake up and she's like, "What are you doing in the kitchen? Your mom didn't bring you anything." So that thing made me shrink. It made me I was like, I do not want to stay with relatives again. I do not want to stay with anyone. Like, I just want to be. And I remember telling my mom, "You know what, mom? In as much as we don't have the life right now, I would rather stay with you in this home, in this not necessarily poverty, in this low situation for now, and feel it with you, rather go and stay somewhere there's everything and I lack peace of mind." I was just young, those kind of things, they wound you, they mess your esteem and your confidence. So that was something that I had to learn in the hard way.
Really profound.
And
now getting into like primary school, so we just go step by step to go to primary. How's your primary?
My primary was great because I was the bright kids in school. So my primary was great, and then I got secondary, and I'm like, girl, chill, the only bright one.
What stood out for you in primary? Do you have like a favorite teacher, a favorite subject?
English was my favorite from set on. I loved English. Then there's this teacher who was my teacher of English. I won't mention her name, but I just loved her. And then I transitioned to high school. So in high school, I was those girls that you know what? Me in trouble, because I know where I'm coming from. Trouble, just so go and sit over there. So I never used to get indulged in, like boyfriend stuff and all such kind of things. But when I hear people wakipiga stories, because I'm like, no man, I missed a lot.
Yeah, you missed a lot. Also, you could just go back. What would you do differently if you had to go back to high school?
Like having boyfriends in high school, right now when I hear people talking about it, it's so romanticized, and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have.
So you didn't have letters, education?
I was the good girl. I feared. Mimi nilikuwa guy, mimi nilikuwa ninaogopa. I feared. And then I never used to participate in dramas. But I think by then I didn't have confidence. I didn't believe in myself. Also, those kind of things. Plus, I used to hear people going for drama, and then maybe they met a boys' school, and then wanapatikana kwa mashida, and I'm like, but it's not worth the risk for me. So I was like I don't want to say I was like a good girl, because I also had moments of mine when I was cheeky, but there was a noise maker. But one way or another, I just had to slip away. I never got sikuchapwa sana.
Oh.
Sikuchapwa sana.
So you didn't even do like drama, sports?
I did too. I did.
What were you doing in high school now?
I think
apart from assignments,
what was I doing? I even don't know what I was doing, because even CU, we didn't have CU like each and every single day. We had it on. What was I doing with my life back in high school? I can't remember. I can't remember something fun that I did. No, I can't. But maybe participating. Maybe the beautiful thing I did was maybe participating in class always. My hand was always raised.
Your hands were always
no
out.
matter whether I knew the question or not, I just had to try.
So the question.
And having to know that my teachers knew me.
Yeah. Also, you're the teacher's pet. Oh, I see. So you're the one who used to, for lack of a better word, to snitch on other kids.
I never used to snitch, but I love the fact that I was known by teachers. I love the fact that I was known in school. I know I didn't like snitching on people, because I remember, there's this one fun bad thing I think we did. So we were not supposed to be in the dorm. It's on Saturday, but I mean, why not let us be in the dorm? So we were caught, but apparently I decided to be what do we call this person that carries people's mistake?
Jesus.
Not Jesus. There's this term that people use. Not a sheep. I don't know. Whatever guy is that term. So I decided to be the savior. So I died for them. And I remember, I think I was Cain, and I think I Lifagia. So felt like a hero.
For the school, like you took everyone's blame. What did people do for you to take their blame?
I never knew. They actually saw it like something great. Yani huyu msichana amejitolea. Mimi nilikuwa tu ni kitu ya kawaida.
But walikuwa wamefanya nini, like ni mistake gani walikuwa wamefanya in class?
Hawako wamefanya class, hatufai kuwa dom hiyo time. Na sijui ni kama
watu mlikuwa dom.
Na sisi tulikuwa dom. Na sijui tulikuwa tunalenga kwenda enter ama tulikuwa tunalenga kwenda CU. So watu walicheki, huyu demu wallahi ametukufia, ukanichangia tu do. Mimi sikuwa next. Mimi nilifanya tu ile, I mean, you know when you watch movies and you have the hero, the one, so I think I wanted that kind of a praise, that kind of a worship. So that was the most fun thing that I did.
Feel like a hero. Are there anything profound that happened in high school that?
Oh no, I remember. Not in high school, in primary school. So unajua hapo ndio adole inataka kutushika vizuri. So I remember I was just seated somewhere outside compound shule. It was on a weekend pia. So iko time and you say madem wanaandikia nani letter. Mimi kapata maboy wanafanya nini, wanafua nguo. Nani sina sikia kufua. Kaanza so I started cleaning, because I was in boarding school in primary school. So I started cleaning the clothes of the boy. I mean, it's not a big deal. Maybe I don't know how your story ilifikia mama yangu.
So kazi yako ni kuoshia wanaume.
And then I remember she wrote me this letter. Nilikuwa niweka chini ya kapilo hapo. Anasema, love is not a bed of roses. So that is where I actually think I interacted with that quote for the first time. Love is not a bed of roses. And then at the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not in love with somebody, but whatever, I'm just going to take that advice. So that was the main thing that I did.
Oh, so you cleaned and then it reached to your parents.
Yeah,
They
I
thought
don't
maybe you are
know
dating
how.
like one of the guys.
Yeah.
And then akakwambia now.
Yeah.
It's
She
just
actually even came to school and to the head teacher's office.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, the funny thing is, afterwards, my mom came and told me, boy, I know you are not that kind of a girl, but I just had to be there and like side with the teacher so that they can see I'm a serious parent, something of the sort. But I remember my mom told me something of the sort because she knew by then primary school I was too young, but now too young, but for that. Yeah.
I see. So you didn't have like those experiences that people have in primary?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Such a saint. Amazing. Now shifting gears a bit. High school, you talked about high school.
Yeah.
And then how was it getting to campus and doing what you're doing?
Okay, let me go a little bit behind. So I finished high school. So what next? So we stay maybe for, is it because I was supposed to get to campus in 2020, but remember that's when COVID hit, right?
Yeah.
So in the midst of 2019 November, that's when we finished. I remember that is the first time that I went to work, and when I was working as a waitress. So working as a waitress, you are young, you're naive, you are a prey to men, you understand me?
Yeah.
So in that moment, I was actually exposed to the world. I was exposed to a lot of things that we are going to discuss later as we proceed.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have all the time.
What I mean is that, one, I came to know that a woman is a prey outside there. Okay, so I don't know. I think because I had a foundation of me and I knew God, but not that much. But at least I knew God. So having that knowledge about God and continuing to talk with my mom, she's like, some things. Let me not say some things. It's like, sex should not be done this time. It should be done during marriage. And then because of this, and then you hear a lot of stories when you're growing up and those kind of things. So those kind of things maybe put me together during that time. And maybe if I look back, I really had there was a lot of space where I would have been taken advantage of. But because I knew where I was coming from and whatever I'd interacted with and with the people, I stayed put together.
Yeah. So were there any like fond memories? This could be like for both. Like the memories that you cherished working at so the waitress, was it like a hotel or a club?
No, it was not a club. It was just a small hotel, not a small hotel.
Yeah. So what are the experiences that you got from there? How did you enjoy the most?
The experiences was like maybe one customer gets in and you're like, oh, I actually know what he orders. So before even he tells me or she tells me, he just brings it. Exactly. So interacting with them, I knew that I was extroverted, but now I was in a position to use me being extroverted well. So I will be in a position to talk to different people of different ages, hear how they talk, how they view life, know whether I'm going to pick that or whether I'm going to leave that, how am I going to apply it to my life. So those kind of things.
I see.
Yes.
Were there any like worst experiences that you got working in that hotel?
Well, I didn't have. Oh yes, I think I remember what. So where I was staying, the hotel, not where I was staying, where I was working, and where the washroom was. It was a bit far.
Okay.
So and it was at night. Maybe someone happened to see call in here. So I am from the washroom, and then I am heading to the hotel to go and be paid. And then you just know, men. I have actually never shared this with anyone.
Yeah.
So
we're hearing it here today.
Yeah, I've never actually come to think of it.
Yeah.
So I just passed, and then this man was peeing.
Yeah.
And then he thought I was looking at him.
Yeah.
And then he gave me a very nasty comment in Kikuyu that I don't think I want to say it here. So in some way, the fact that it means I can remember it right now, it was so disgusting to hear it. He was threatening me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was like the worst experience I had with. Yes.
Also, you just have the abuse.
Yeah, he has the abuse, but no the abuse, and then you have your mind, you're like, it was a lot going in my head. Yeah.
So was that like the final nail on the coffin, or you worked still there for some time?
I still continued to work. I still continued to work because I needed the job.
I see. Will you still go back to waiting or to work in a hotel?
Well, for now, where I am, I have to be honest. Not because I'm prideful, but no, I don't think I will go back. Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, so that was in high school?
That was after I completed high school.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now COVID hits.
And then there's some schools were still operating by then.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to Gigi, one of my relatives. So she offered a job for me where I told a friend that I was working as a conductor, but he was like,
"Oh, you worked as a conductor?"
No, let me put it like this. Okay, conductor. Si wa mati ya nini? Si wa mati.
Mati ya?
So hii mati ya kawaida, like mati ya wateja wa kawaida, like kufungulia watoi mlango watoke. Sio ni kwa conductor ama?
Kwa mlango ya?
Ya watoi, watoto wakitoka shule.
So for their school bus or?
Okay, my relative had a car that they used to use.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
To carry kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So quite fun lessons,
Yeah, so okay, I told my friend, na work kama conductor, kaniambia hapana, simulia kama sema una work sijui kama transport something.
Transport manager. But sasa kwani matatu driver wako anaweza kujifungulia ama?
Hakuwa anaweza, cause no, he will not have been in a position to do that. They're little kids. So hawezi simama fungue, so I had to do that.
So all this time you mko mna travel naye pia? I
so
see.
Yeah. I have actually even forgotten that I had ever done such kind of work. So yeah, in such kind of spaces, now the schools that we used to go and pick these kids, one of the schools was a special school. I never knew that it was an invisible foreshadowing for me, because when I came to uni, I actually came to pursue education. But the kind of education that I was called to do was a bachelor of special needs education, whereby you have different streams. You're going to deal with students who have hearing impairment, who are visually impaired. We have them that are mentally handicapped. We have the autistic, such kind of kids. So as I was working as a conductor, there's one of the school that was a special school. So I had to interact. I interacted with these kids. I just loved the way I interacted with them. One of them was even my friend. After I dropped her to school, she would like come and hug me and all those kind of things. So it shaped me in a way that I was not that too green when I came to uni and had, actually this is what we will be dealing with. So if the teacher is in class and teaching actually about maybe mentally handicapped child, I'm like, one of the kids that I saw was mentally handicapped. So it was easier for me to.
So is it what you always wanted to do? Is it what you chose to do?
No. So when we are doing what
selections,
selecting.
Yeah.
What I selected, what was first, was actually being a vet. Because the reason behind that is, growing up at my father's home, we had like all sorts of animals. We had cows, we had cows, goats. We also had them, and even sheep. We also had dogs and cats and everything. So interacting with these animals and having we had a cow that was called my name.
A cow?
Yeah.
So you used to milk it, or?
No, I even don't know how to milk it. So it was called Foi. Foi is the short form of Womboy. And then we had a dog that was called Tabe. So we used to call it my name is Tabitha, so it's called Tabe.
So you just had all animals named after you. Like there's a Foi, there's a Tabi. There's a Tabi.
Exactly.
Yo, that's quite like a paradox. Like a cow named Tabi and a dog named Foi.
No, the dog was named Tabi.
The dog was named Tabi.
And the cow was named Foi. So it was like, ako foi ng'ombe, ako happy foi ng'ombe, like, yeah.
Nice. So now when
oh my god,
so this is like a pan, like someone was to make like an abuse banana, hey, ng'ombe banana. So they just
say Tabi. And then when I was named after me, yeah. Exactly. Tabi, like, yeah.
I get.
So because of having that platform and growing in that kind of an environment, I wanted to be a vet. But right now, looking back, I don't think.
So you say like also your love of dogs, like you also pick dogs.
I love dogs. I just love dogs.
Oh.
I have preferred
like all kind of dogs.
Yeah, all type. I'm not yet gotten a what do we call them? They are ni brands ama ni tangwaje.
There?
Ni types of dogs ama
like a Twiler, like the Ubokoko.
Yeah, I have not gotten one.
Hot dogs.
I just love dogs. All dogs. Oh, bro. Oh my god. You mean like hot dogs? I'm a hot dogs. You know when you say hot dogs?
Yeah, they're hot dogs, yeah.
We have like hot dogs.
Yeah.
The dogs that are hot, like the German Shepherds are hot. I mean, you're talking the hot dogs of me.
Boys. No, or even like when the president say like all these men are dogs, like
no, it depends.
All those men.
It depends with how you view dogs. You see, so if you have had a negative interaction with dogs, then however you refer to men as dogs. For me, I have interacted with dogs in a positive manner, so you don't tell men are dogs.
It's home for you.
Yeah, it's home for me. Yeah, they're good. The dogs are good. They're cute. Yeah, nice.
So what kind of dogs?
Exactly.
Be hot, be cool. Not so hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Be tall, dark, handsome. All dogs.
All dogs.
Yeah. So do you ever still want to go and practice?
Well, right now, no. Because lad, I don't think I have that capacity to actually let me just pet you. Let me cuddle you, the dogs. Let me, just sit there and rub your belly. No, that is what I'm learning right now. But I don't think I will bear seeing it being injected, it being me doing surgery on it. I think I'm going to be more empathetic than I am going to be more logical with it.
Yeah. So all this, I see a lot of interactions with like human, because you've done with your parents, you've done with your siblings, you've done with school, you've done with animals at the hotel, and now post learning it in campus.
Exactly.
So how was it now? Like all this, I didn't do veterinary, but I still did education, Bachelor of Education in Special Needs.
Yeah, Bachelor of Special Needs.
Oh, education.
Yes.
Yeah. So how was it?
Okay.
Going through that in the university.
So at first, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I would say like everyone else, but there's a stigma that comes with teaching.
Okay.
You see?
Okay.
So even into teaching, as I was getting into it the first time, I was like, I really don't want to do this because just a teacher, I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
So I didn't like it for the first time. And then we have English classes, and then we have literature classes. And then I met the most amazing lecturers back in campus.
Yeah.
I have to be honest, I loved, and I still do love, my literature teacher. So from there, I came to realize, actually, I do love literature. We can just sit down and talk about art. We can dissect it. We can do all these things. Remember, I told you my dad used to narrate stories to me.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention that throughout, that is what I'm saying, the pattern. In primary school, my English teacher was a lady. In high school, she was a lady. And here in campus, my linguistic and my literature teacher, my lecturers were also ladies.
Wow.
So I think it's I don't know how to name that stylistic device, that pattern.
So you've had all these ladies who are through,
exactly.
through life,
So so I came to love literature. To be honest, I came to love literature more than I love linguistics. So from here, I'm like, in as much as maybe I don't want to teach, I could go and do masters in theater and film, and maybe do this acting and anything else I could do. I started having like these consoling myself and everything until so that is in uni, maybe 1.2, 2.1, and all that kind of thing. So no, that is my academic life. So in as much as I'm in my academics, doesn't mean my social life and everything is put on hold.
So how was now boys in campus? in primary and in campus was now in secondary. So was going to uni, was it like a catch-up session for
I think so, and that I think
so. Like you got off the tour.
So you're like in primary school, no, in high school, no. Why not in campus? Why not? So I get my first boyfriend in first year.
Payback, no waiting, just get right into it.
So I get my first boyfriend in campus. But I don't want to say that I said this was not made for me, but we broke up.
Who broke up? You?
I did. And
nice.
I'm sorry, but I said sorry to him like 1,000 times. But it's cool. We are friends right now.
See.
So get my boyfriend, and he was a good guy, but don't go easy. For some reasons I left him that I'm not going to say why, but he was a good guy.
Oh, so you liked the bad.
Like
you didn't like good guys. Like you say he was a good guy and then you left him. So you wanted the bad guys.
Okay, what is a bad guy to you? How do you define that?
I don't know. You tell me. Because you said he was good and then I left him.
Not necessarily. Okay, in as
people
much
always want good things.
I know they do, but at times circumstances don't allow them to. Yeah. So one of the factors I didn't something cropped up, and then we didn't continue being together. So I stayed single for quite some time. I went live, had some hookups here and there.
Payback time, you guys. I missed this in primary, in Seco. Payback, man. No waiting, no wahala. Finish this.
But the good thing is, in uni, I had good girlfriends. I mean girlfriends, I mean like girls who were of my circle. So we used to put each other on track. So if I mess, and they're like, you're messing. You're not going to take that kind of nonsense here. So you better stop doing such kind of things. So that is what I would love to tell people outside there. Nobody is perfect. All of us are flawed, right? But in as much as we are flawed, we need community, people who you are like-minded, people who are going to have the same principles, have the same values with you. So so from there, when was the last time? I said I had some quite hookup situationships. Haisemekani kama niko tu. But coming last year, I actually just made a decision, and I made a decision of no more doing situationship, no more thingy chini and everything. If I have to be in it, we have to say but now we are in it. Kama iko chini ocheikae. So we had to make I had to come to a conclusion of you see, all that time it's redefining me. It's doing what? Showing me my toxic traits, what I have to work on, and how I have to work on it. So yeah, so that was simply
were there like crazy red flags or like crazy things that you were involved in, or you earlier also talked about like a series of heartbreaks, not also in the relationships, but also in like people around that really broke you. Would you like to also expand on that? Yeah.
So this happened with my friends. So they were quite close. And I would love to mention that we also friends right now because we actually talked about it and everything.
Yeah.
But by then, remember, coming from a broken home,
Yeah.
you are a broken person.
Yeah.
So you have to search for fillers.
Yeah.
Okay? I am that kind of a person, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think most of the time I would have gone to friends to feel filled rather than going to a relationship or anything or getting my identity from a man and everything. So my identity was high on my friends. Oh, she's my friend. I don't want you to live my life. I just need you to be there for me. But in the meantime, you know how girls are. One of the things that I came to learn that oversharing is costly.
Yeah.
So I was that kind of a person who used to overshare things that were so close to me.
Yeah.
So oversharing something that is close to you and then you once mara moja unasikia inaongelelewa, that things demoralize you. It makes you feel less. It makes you feel bad and all those kind of things. So I went through quite a number of heartbreaks. So that one was betrayal. The other one that happened was, these are still friendships. Yeah. Another one that happened was a lady that I looked up to. And I am honestly, I am grateful to God that I met her, in as much as we are no longer friends right now. Because she really helped me to work on my self-confidence. She taught me that, you know what, Wambo, you are actually the prize. You are actually not supposed to take anything that is beneath you. Why are you taking something that is beneath you? So she taught me a lot, and I am honestly very grateful to God for bringing her in my life for that period of life, season that she was in my life. So something cropped up, something happened. I tried to reach out, but she'd already made up her mind, and that was okay. So I won't say I am done with dealing with friendship heartbreaks. I am still on the verge of still working on the heart and everything, and accepting that I am whole, whether whether I have them, whether I do not have them, I am still whole. So I'm still navigating on that.
Okay.
Yes.
So how has it been? Also now those are like the girlfriends, friends, and all that. How is it also like with boys coming from a broken family and now just trying to navigate relationships?
Okay, so one of the things I want to say is that I have an elder brother and I have a younger brother. So me interacting with men is quite in a snap. But I don't know whether it's a weakness or what, but it's beautiful that I am in a position to interact with men in a snap. But at times I might create what do I call it? An image that the guy might interpret in a wrong way. I just want to be your friend. I don't want more than that. So right now I am in a space whereby I'm trying to, in as much as I can easily interact with men, I am trying to contract that interaction with them. Because I don't know, I'm saying I am in a snap. I can make a lot of male friends, but sitaki mwanaume nifikirie, or maybe she's into me and I am not into them. No. So right now, to be honest, it's something that I am trying to work on, to navigate on how because I know in future I will continue to interact with men. How am I supposed to behave around them? What kind of body language should I use so that they may not misinterpret those kind of things? And in as much as I am trying to do that, how do I behave so that I cannot push them away?
I see.
You see, so trying to balance them and to blend them. One of the pastors that I listened to, her name is Sarah Jakes, she said that problems are not meant to break you, they are meant to make you. And if I think if people get that perspective, don't feel like, oh, I was actually broken from this. Okay, we agree that you were broken from the heartbreak, you were broken from that social circle you were in. We do not negate that. But what life lesson are you going to get that from? So what I have learned, or what I am practicing right now, is I have decided to be intentional in my friendships. I have decided to be intentional in my relationships. If I see, when I am not working out well, there's no need of me ghosting you. I just need to talk to you and like, you know what, Amimo, this and this can't continue because of 1, 2, 3 reasons. Not because I am being selfish, not because I hate you, but because one other thing I've come to say, going back as I quote the Bible, it says, we are always taught that love your neighbor as you love yourself. So we normally focus on loving your neighbor, but we forget ourselves. I do not want to be in a position whereby I am forgetting myself. I am my first priority. If I see you are getting in the way, I'm not going to catch your kobaya. I'm just going to pause and be like, okay, it was beautiful that we shared that season. But for now, I actually do not think this season I need you to show up in my life this way. I need somebody else, or maybe I just don't need to be with you in such kind of a manner. Something else that I am learning, because right now I am in my workspace, I am learning to actually retain some things for myself. It's okay that you're going through problems. It's okay, I have a vision, but I do not necessarily have to share with everyone. I have a few selected people of mine that I have to share with. And if I share with them, to what extent am I going to share it with them? So those are some of the things that I am learning. And I remember actually when this year began, I have to be honest, this whole time I have been dealing with the stigma of teaching being thrown in the mud and everything. But I remember one of the resolution that I wrote, it's actually on my phone, but I can't trace it right now. It was saying, I wrote and I said, teaching is good. I love teaching. And let me tell you, on 31st of December, when I was writing that 2024, I didn't love teaching.
How so?
I didn't love teaching.
How so?
Because of those negative perspective and those negative sentiments that people had. I had allowed them to get into my mind. But when
are there any specific
the issue maybe of payment, such kind of things. Now you say the problem is not even payment. It's how other courses have been made to be planned. But now the thing is, that is somebody else's opinion. You see, at times we try to box ourselves to somebody else's opinion. You see, but when you come to realize, oh, actually that was your opinion. You were the one. I don't know what trouble or what made you think like that. You see, so if you start criticizing that and start looking deep into that, maybe this person who is saying that kind of a thing is maybe the teacher who taught them was not that nice to them, or maybe something, they had a bad interaction with that kind of a person, or maybe a relative or anything, or maybe a relative was a teacher and maybe they mistreated them, so they decided to come with some kind of opinions of them, of thinking that maybe this career or this course is not as grand as the other course. You see, so coming to what I learned back in uni is to deconstruct these narratives. So me deconstructing these narratives that I have had about teaching, and actually saying, actually, it's up here in my mind. Because if I go and do it practically and come to meet very interesting people and knowing, you know what, actually God has given me an opportunity to be a steward over lives of these young people. Because, teaching is, according to what I know, it's maybe one of the professions that this kid is going to interact with before they head to the other phase of their life. So nowadays, I have to tell you, as I began to teach this year, I have this passion. I am so passionate about teaching. I go to teach and I'm like, oh my God, maybe I'm teaching the next governor. Oh, I don't know, maybe I'm teaching the next Elon Musk. I do not know who I'm teaching. So I have to speak life in the life of these kids. I have to move in a way that I have to believe in myself, because they say you cannot give what you are not, you see. And you have to the extent which you love yourself is to the extent which you're going to love your neighbor. So seeing all these heartbreaks, friendship, relationship, and everything, what I was saying is that although it wasn't meant to break me, it was meant to make me. So when I am pouring it out to my students, when I am sharing my life lessons, they are going to be in a position to be, oh, actually, she made that mistake. She made it for me. So I do not have to go to make the same mistake. So
are there more misconceptions that people always have in relation to your profession, like teachers? What do people always get wrong about being a teacher?
Like it's maybe tedious. Unainteract na watoto. Sasa aje mimi, yani mi siwezi kiti ati tu nashinda tu nenda shule tu unafuni. There is a lot of them maybe having a negative attitude towards these kids. Oh, hata kuna mtoto mwenye haelewi yako, mimi nitamgonga. Mbona haelewi kitu simple kama hii? And they don't understand where you're getting the patience to just sit there with that kid and be like, you know what, in as much as you're not understanding, it's okay. Why don't we try tomorrow? And even if you do not understand, I know I am a teacher. I would love each and every child to pass academically, but to be honest, not everyone is meant for books. You see, not everyone is meant for books. So that is something that I am learning even right now as I am a teacher. I'm going to meet some of my students who, to be honest, unayo.
That's crazy. And then the specific category of the kids that you teach
okay, for now, what I said before is to teach children who are able differently. I don't want to say they have disability. They are able differently. That is what I train for. But for now, I have not gotten into that space. I am looking forward to that. But still, I am teaching the other type, the normal in quotes type of student.
Okay. So these are from which grade to which grade?
I trained as a high school teacher, but because of the CBC, so right now I'm in JSS. So 7, junior. 8, and 9. Exactly.
Oh, I see. So if you're in the high school, it will be like from 1 and 2 for the older system.
Exactly. Yes.
I get.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. So how is it so far, like navigating through that, and also the difference now that you are to train Form 1 and Form 2, and now you have CBC? How are you navigating through that? Because you also now with the junior high and the before the senior high and then the primary, they are more or less still in the same field, not like in high school they are like all together. How is it navigating that?
One is I don't want to say it's hard, because it's not hard. But right now, what I have to say is that I am embracing things as they are. You know, there's some things you do not have control over. So if I just sit down there and be like, oh, why didn't I get maybe a chance to do this and this and this and this and that? I am actually taking my time and like, oh, actually, these are the kids that I have been given, the one in JSS. So what I have is to teach them right now. I just have to, I am embracing everything that is coming with it. And when you talk about everything, is that maybe you're in class and you're teaching, and this kid doesn't know how to write a simple word, a simple name.
Yeah.
And when you're marking their books, there are quite a number of them.
Yeah.
So you just have to chill and be like, okay. So this is what we have. What can we do about this?
Yeah. So how do you normally deal with mischievous kids?
So
Want to
one
make fun of
thing
you?
that
And is there an incident that has always been done to you or pulled to you, or maybe like a prank or?
Okay. So one thing I have to understand, in as much as I was reserved in high school and like in some way used to be mischievous in my way, but it was not that profound. So one of it, I understand. Like, you know what? You are actually playing. I know your tactics. I know them.
Yeah.
So for the mischievous, I think at times I just allow them to be mischievous, just to get things. Because at times they can get into your head. You can be like, oh my god, how many
times? Are there instances when a thing has been pulled on you?
For now, let me see. Have I interacted with one? No, I was actually the fact that I am teaching in class and I'm teaching English, you're going to hear them mimic the way you're speaking.
Or the way you speak, or your accent.
So you're going to hear them mimic you. So I'm like, you know what, I just don't have the energy for you guys. Just do whatever you want to do.
Is there a line that you remember that you can? Oh, good evening, class.
No,
I thought I'd come back earlier in this class.
Speaking of that, I am Kikuyu, and we have a profound problem with the R and the L, and quite a number of letters.
Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you, even when I shrub, I don't care.
Yeah. And then now you are in Homa Bay, whereby we have the SH era.
It's there. So I'm just listening to them. I actually think I am being assimilated. At times I find myself also shrugging.
So instead of saying the shop, you say soap. So we are kind of like confused. Do you mean the soap or the soap? Yeah. So how is it like now coming from Kikuyu, and then now you are dealing a lot with Luos, the mix of accents?
I have to be honest, being here for like the past 4 years, it's something normal for me. We're just going to laugh, when they shrub in class. Kawaida ya wanafunzi start. When they hear somebody shrubbing and everything, they just laugh, and I also want to laugh, but because you're a teacher, you
have to hold it in.
No, at times I don't hold it. I just laugh, but conserved one. But I laugh at times. Because I mean, at the end of it, in as much as I'm a human, I have to laugh at times, but not laughing in a fact that I want to deteriorate or make the child's esteem go. I mean, why did you shrub that? Let us just laugh. Just laugh. Yeah.
So are there instances maybe when a student comes and say, the dog ate my homework, since you're in love with dogs? Like, do you feel sympathetic to them, or you just let them be? Because you say you love dogs. So
I am yet to interact with one who does that.
Yeah.
I would be like, no, how can a dog eat your homework in the first place? Unless you were playing. How?
No, it's a dog.
How can a dog eat? What was your homework in the first place?
It just came out of the window.
No, I'm going to question that kid. I am going to question that kid.
But teacher, you said you love dogs, and this dog really went with my homework.
So they want the teacher to be understanding.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Not that they're manipulating me. That is manipulation.
Yeah. How do you normally deal with that?
One of the things is I am a very empathetic. I'm a very sympathetic, understanding person.
Yeah. So do you normally get to cane the kids, give them punishment, face the wall, or?
Well, right now kids are not being punished, are not being caned.
Yeah.
But I get to punish them. I get to tell them to squat through the lesson. I mean, we're even. Yeah.
I see.
But I kick kids.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are one of the most projects that you are really passionate about? I'm like, you know what? I'm proud I did that.
So, during which phase of my life right now?
Any phase. Even through the different phases. Like, hey, this one, a big part on the back.
Yeah, I remember when I was in primary school, there's this classmate of mine.
Yeah.
I won't say her name, but she used to fail badly. She was mischievous. She was everywhere.
Yeah.
So as I began, I don't know whether I say this, but I am a profound believer of God. I am a Christian. I love God. Jesus is my savior. He is my everything.
Yeah.
So I got to share a chance to share the word with her.
Yeah.
And the way she performed, it changed.
Yeah.
Like I saw a tremendous change in her life. But not here is the thing. Is one of the things is that after she had changed and everything back in primary when we were in class 8, so if you have dropped, you get what? You get cane. So for me, it had met it's the time that she had changed and all these things. So she had drastically improved. And for me, I had felt so I was caned. I kind of felt not embarrassed. How do we say it? I don't know, not jealous. I was like, but I did something good for someone. Why would something bad happen to me? Yeah, but it's a pat on my back that I saw the life of this that classmate of mine getting to change. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to just being there for people, being a humanitarian, something like that. Yeah.
I see. And any great achievement that you are really proud of in now teaching the it's GSS.
Yeah, JSS.
Yeah, JSS, junior secondary school.
One of the greatest
things that you're proud of being a JSS teacher. Literature. Like, have they ever won an award or
they're
being
yet
the
to
best
win.
literature teacher?
They're yet to win.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that I see they have a positive attitude towards the subject.
Yeah.
And they are willing to take in, they're willing to create time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something.
Yeah. So with the teaching profession, how it's normally regarded or disregarded, like it's amongst the lowest paid jobs, yet they need to be need to be highly paid because you impact knowledge, you change society, you change mindsets. How is it navigating that? And also keeping in mind, are there situations where you'll be like, you know what, I'm better off being a vet. Wacha tumesema tuna hii kazi, nimewacha, nimeenda, nastaki kuwa na vitabu tena. Have you ever had those moments?
For now, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I have not had them, but I have moments whereby I'm like, am I really delivering what I'm supposed to deliver to them?
Yeah.
I have times that I question myself. I'm like, not having to be, I have just graduated Juzi and I'm like new to this. Okay, I know this is what I have studied for theoretically, but now I'm also there practically. So I have moments whereby I question myself. But the beautiful thing is that I have people around me that believe in me. They see the potential in me. And when they see that potential in me, it gives me this crazy fire burning inside of me whereby I just, you know what, I just have to deliver that. And I have to be honest right now. I am madly in love with teaching. I don't think I will trade it for anything else for now. Unless next time I come here, you ask the same question. But for now, I think I am so madly in love with teaching.
I see. So if there's one thing that you could change about your profession, what could it be?
What will I change about my profession? I think one thing that I will change is what I will change is we have said that teaching is among one of the lowest paying profession, right? Okay, money is good, but it's not always about money. You showing up in that class, maybe that kid didn't even have their breakfast, right? Out of you being, because being a teacher is like being a parent. You see, maybe you were in a position maybe to share maybe that meal, right? You're seeing this kid in school. They have not been in school for quite a while. Maybe you could chip in with some little money to pay for their school fee. So I just want to say, not really change anything, but I want people to have a different perspective about teaching. What seed are you sowing? When I go to that class, when that teacher go to that class, are you speaking life to that kid? Are you speaking hope to them, in as much as you are going through okay, for me, for example, I said I came from a broken home, right? So at times I just sit down and I'm like, if only at times I had a teacher who would have spoken life to me, maybe a teacher who would have spoken confidence and pumped in a lot of esteem in me. There's some things I don't think I would have come to deal with, because I mean, okay, my parents are not there, they're not fully my covering, but I have a teacher who believes in me. It's not necessarily about the money, it's about how you're showing up there. Exactly.
Being a teacher in Homa Bay, how does that look like, and how does that shape your worldview?
So, being a teacher in Homa Bay, man, I just want to know the law. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, when I'm sitting down with my colleagues, and quite a number of them are from this side, I just hear them speak the law, and I'm like, God, what are you people saying? Not from a way of like, and I'm like, I just want to sit. I just want to learn. And I want to learn the law so that I can at times be throwing it to the kids, and they're like, oh, mwalimu, kumbe unajua Kijaluo.
I see.
Yeah, so being in Homa Bay, honestly, I have to be honest. From the bottom of my heart, I love Homa Bay County.
Awesome. What are the things that you love about Homa Bay County? If I'm new to Homa Bay County, like, what will you tell me about what you like and what you?
Okay, the thing, I don't have like something grand, something grand for me. I have to say, in the midst of me navigating life through uni, I was in a position to get in an amazing church where I have grown spiritually, and where it has helped me. It has created a route for me. So that was one of the major things that makes me love Homa Bay. Second, I do not have to deal with cold. I am from a county where cold is cold. Because I remember back in high school, high school and primary, I used to get common cold. I don't remember the last time I had a cold. I do not remember the last time I had a cold.
I see.
I don't have to put on sweaters. I even don't have sweaters. I don't have sweaters. So like right now when it's cold, it's like, oh yeah, you
need a jacket.
You need a jacket, you need sweaters. And then something else is, Homa Bay has provided me with rich people. Rich not in the essence of finances and everything, but people who have spoken to my life. Whether through heartbreaks or not. I mean, all of them are lessons. So that is the one thing that I love about Homa Bay. Okay, I just want to tell people, Homa Bay doesn't have a lot of things, but you're the one to create a lot of things for yourself in Homa Bay. That is what I can say.
If you could advise the youth in Homa Bay, what would you tell them?
What will I tell a youth in Homa Bay? Oh my God, what will I tell you? I won't shy off from telling the youth in Homa Bay. One, penda Mungu, ndio kitu mimi nitasema, very profound, very important for me. Two, believe in yourself. Homa Bay has opportunities. Homa Bay has 1,000,000+ opportunities. You people might not see it. Don't look down upon Homa Bay, guys. This county is growing, and if it's growing, there are opportunities.
Insightful. You've been to Homa Bay and you haven't talked about fish. How is your relationship with fish?
Oh my God, no, let me
coming from all Joro Rock?
Oh, let me tell you. My favorite meal, don't laugh, is ugali and boga ya kienyeji. The reason I say that, apparently, I just learned that I am allergic to proteins, animal proteins to be precise. I love fish. My favorite meal is ugali before iko ugali na mboga kienyeji ilikuwa ugali na omena. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You see how girls go to date and be like, unataka
Yeah.
nini?
Unasema tu omena.
Leta hizo vitu hapa ni kule. Leta ugali wa omena. Just there's one of the hotels around here in Homa Bay.
Yeah.
Its name is FTC. So when I was in uni, when we would have like classes, not even classes, when I used to stay in the hostels back in school, jioni ningekuwa nenda hapo na kula ugali na omena. Yani, oh my god, I even don't think I know how to cook mokimo nowadays. I just, oh my god. Homa Bay is amazing. Homa Bay is just amazing.
10 years from now, how do you envision Homa Bay?
Wow. I envision Homa Bay to be the heart of Kenya. Honestly.
In what aspect?
In the aspect of leading in education. You also have in what do you say? Not what is it? Entrepreneurship. Yeah. So in the next 10 years, I'm hoping Homa Bay is going to be the heart of Kenya in terms of education, because I know when we have different high schools, we have Tumboya here, we also have KMTC, different people from different ethnic groups. They meet, meaning they have different ideas. And if they have different ideas, they're going to implement them here in Homa Bay. Given an opportunity, it's going to thrive. Yeah.
Amazing.
Homa Bay, the land of endless potential. I mean, it's the heart of Kenya.
Right on. Yeah, so we'll dive into the last segment in a few. And it's just a quick fire and fun questions. One word answers.
Okay. Okay.
If your job had a theme song, what will it be? It can be any song.
Naiwe maombi basi. Naiwe maombi. That's the only song that is coming to my head.
Yeah, why Naiwe maombi?
Okay,
it's that hard.
Yeah, it's hard because okay, you know, people love
no, like your job is that hard. That's why you uneekea maombi.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even taking it back, not about current affairs, like current about in governance.
Okay.
What amongst the parameters that have been set in matters being someone in education? Like, are there circles? What does Atuoli, not Atuoli, the one for like the Teachers Service Commission, like, are there things that you see that makes your heart bleed, and the things that you see that you really want to see change in as far as education is concerned in Kenya?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I am going to answer it like directly with that.
Yeah.
But I think a month ago, I saw a video.
Yeah.
I don't know whether the teacher was from Kenya, but I do not know whether he was from Kenya, but I highly think the man was from Kenya.
Yeah.
So they're in a classroom setup, and then I saw a student pick a chair and hit the teacher.
Yeah.
And because he was a man, the boy was also okay. Both of them are men, and you can know how men can be prideful in one or another. Because I mean, why you understand what I'm saying? Because you're a man. So my heart bled, and it was time whereby I'm still okay. I know I said like right now I love teaching. I was still in the phase whereby I am navigating teaching, and when I saw that happen to a fellow teacher, I was like, wow, wait a minute. Is this what happens in this profession?
Yeah.
And if it's what is happening, what is going to happen? So I'm like, do we teachers have rights? Because how does a student pick a chair to actually beat a teacher? So my heart really bled. And coming to think of it, whereby we have been told there is withdrawal of canes.
Yeah.
Students are no longer caned nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it's okay, it's right, but we all grew up with kids. I mean, I'm not saying that we'd be monsters, but we have to straighten up the kids by disciplining them, and one of the things is being kind. So even right now when I'm speaking of that, when I remember that video, I just feel a lot of sorrow in my heart, and I'm like, one, I am a woman, right? In as much as I am a woman, I am going to be posted in areas whereby, you know, some of the students that I teach are way taller than me. And some of them are prideful, and you're like, so one, my emotions have been hurt because one, why don't you listen to what I'm telling? Because I am the superior one here. And when I am the superior one, so how will I deal with a boy who is disrespecting me? Because I can beat you, because if I beat you, you're going to kill me. I'm a woman, I do not have strength. So trying to navigate all of that. So that is maybe, let me say, the dark side of my profession. Not being a woman, it's something else.
And lobbying and government policies, how is it working and navigating, like Homa Bay? Like, is the commission working? Is the commission present? Do you get your dues on time? Do you get your pays on time? How is it navigating that in terms of policies?
Well, I do not have a defined answer for that, because right now I'm not yet working on the government money, because like I said, I have just graduated even majuzi. So the process of me being bado kwa nini bado haijaingia, but I believe them that are working with, they are getting their payments on time. I believe so. They should. They should. Yeah, they should.
You haven't told us about the song.
Oh, the song. To define my name.
Your work or your life or what you're feeling right now.
Okay. I'm so bad.
Inaweza kuanguka nayo, inaweza kuanguka leo, vile unafikiria tu songs atupati the payment on time. The money, we need to be millionaires.
Oh my God, my mind is frozen. I'm not good at music. Oh my Father, Lord.
Music, poetry, art, movie.
No, yeah, please give me those things.
The movie, tell us the movie.
The movie that can define my my teaching is I'm thinking of where is Black Panther coming to my head? Why is Black Panther coming to my head? Well, I am going to say Black Panther because in season 1 we had King T'Challa, right?
King T'Challa.
Not T'Challa.
T'Challa.
It's
so much T'Challa.
So in 1 minute I saw them fall in love with Nakia and everything was okay. And then in the next, he's gone. You think that all is gone, there's no hope, there's nothing. And then the princess, the mother of the king dies too. So everything is hopeless. Hakuna hope. But we have hope rising when we have the princess become the leader.
I see. That makes sense. If you had to switch professions for a day, what will you pick? And why?
Okay, what will I pick? Is there professional sleeping?
There are people who do it professionally. I don't know if they get paid, but I've seen people want to break the Guinness World records for the longest sleep.
People do that.
So you can have a career out of it, because when you get granted that record, it comes with a bit of money.
Okay. So what will I switch? Honestly, I have to be honest. I think I will be a cleaning lady.
For a day, Why?
Because first of all, let me be specific. Cleaning the environment. Because why will there be papers around?
Yeah.
Like, are you people not getting irritated when you see like those plastic bottles everywhere? Like those polythene bags. Why are they there? Why?
Because of why?
Why? Mbona ziko hapo? Mbona? Yeah. I will switch for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I will make sure the environment is sparkling clean.
Right.
Yes.
So if you could meet one person dead or alive, who will that be?
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
I would love to meet, even if like they are not fictional people, real people, right?
Open sesame. However you feel.
Who would I love to meet? Actually, I think I would love to meet Lupita. The reason behind that is, I know Lupita to be the daughter of Nyang Nyong, right?
Yeah.
But in my mind, she comes from a well-off family. But despite that, she actually chose a path for herself. Okay, I come from a well-off family, but in as much as I come from one, I have a life of my own. So I want to know what was she thinking of? Like, why would you decide to work that hard? People around you have already worked hard, so why would you choose to work that hard? What pushed you to do that?
Yeah.
To be who you are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. So have you ever had a moment where you had no idea where you're going or what you're doing?
With my life?
Yeah.
Bana Cindy.
Yeah.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. When I just graduated like this,
Yeah.
that season, I was like, what do I want to do with my life? Like, what? I was so uncertain. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So, if you could ask yourself one question in the past, like your past self, you could ask your past self a question. What will that question be?
Why did you entertain that? You were way beyond. Why did you do that? Why did you entertain that?
Is there something that people don't know about you, or a misconception that people have about you?
Is there something that people don't know about me? Oh my god, I think so. Yeah, they should be one. There is. I'm supposed
to talk about it. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. Being an extrovert and smiling to people, I think you've got it.
Yeah.
But I have moments where I have self-doubt.
Yeah.
I have moments where I question myself a lot. I have moments where I have to deal with, am I really worth it? Why am I worth it? Yeah.
I see. If you had a blank check, like unlimited amount of resources and money, what would you do?
Wow. If I have had an unlimited amount of money, one, honestly, I will build churches. Two, we have orphans. I will go and get big orphanages and make sure I have done what's needed to be placed people. I mean, any person that is needy in the world, anyone that is needy, like, not needy, need. Yeah. I will make sure that they have a life, they can smile, they can be happy, they can be able to live again, they can have a purpose of living and have a reason. That is what I will do. Yeah.
So what's the future of education like?
Future of education. Now that I am the teacher, I'm speaking from my own perspective. Just to to represent what I think is now that we are embracing the CBC curriculum, we're going to have students in future who are going to embrace the white collar jobs and the blue collar jobs, and that is going to be productive for our nation. So not only here in Kenya, but also in East Africa, Africa outside there. So Kenya is going to produce most of the influential people in the future generation. Because we're not only working on the academic well-being, we're going to work on the spiritual well-being, the emotional well-being, all those kind of things. We're going to look into them.
Interesting. Yeah, what's your parting shot? Any last words to the camera and to the people in education and to girls like yourself who are in primary and in high school and those who want to pursue education?
So my last remarks will be just dream.
And there is where you have it, folks. Sleep is important. Sleep. And when you sleep, dream. And when all that is done, you work on your dream. Yeah, because it's a journey that really started from you being told stories by your dad, being read for stories, going to school, getting to also read the stories, the bedtime stories, into high school, into university, and now teaching. Now it's just like a reverse.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like what was passed on to you, you've gone through the full circle, and now you're still just passing it on in matters education and literature. How really profound. And these are the type of guests that we love to have, that really appreciate, and we don't take it for granted for them having to spend their time with us and just to pass it on to us and also the audience. We pray that you keep it locked to Homa Bay Unplugged, voices from the heart of the lake. And we can't wait to have you on the next episode, because it will be bigger, it will be better, it will be fire, and above everything, super, super exciting. Keep it locked. Till next time. Ciao. And please follow, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Yeah, because we're here because of you, and we're looking forward to always have you. Thank you. Exactement.